So I've been watching a lot of things on RuneScape over the last few days and over the last few years. I've been playing RuneScape for about 18 years now, on and off, and seriously over the last 4 years. In that time, I have gotten a completionist cape, maxed out all of my skills, completed Grandmaster Combat achievements, completed hundreds of clue scrolls, which are gigantic, adventurous treasure hunting experiences, and it has been probably one of the best pieces of gaming I've ever done. I consistently want to log in, I consistently want to do more things, and it is a really fun time. And I want to talk about how this one update could absolutely kill RuneScape. Hi, my name is Edamus. I like to play RuneScape, and this is Player Perspective, a small mini series where I get to talk about anything MMO related. Let's get right into it. Since the removal of MTX, which is what I will refer microtransactions as going forward, since the removal of MTX, Jagex has been implementing and improving upon the game by rebalancing the mid game, early game, making a cleaner UI, and refining combat. Very big TLC things that the community has been asking for, but at the cost of a discussion that I am frankly kind of mixed on, but I want to talk about it today. The discussion that we're going to be talking about is the idea of fresh start servers. What a fresh start server would be a completely separate server where everybody starts with a fresh account and there's no microtransactions or monetization added into the game. What does that look like? Well, that means you can't buy bonus XP to level up your account. You cannot purchase any kind of bond to buy in-game membership or gold, and as well, there won't be any other way to get customizations in the game unless it's earned in game and the shop is disabled. So with the brand new fresh start servers, this would pretty much have everybody start on a level playing field, and any player that has been playing this game over the course of several years would have to start a brand new account to be able to experience RuneScape from the ground up. Now, a lot of people would think that would be a really cool idea. I mean, they did it with old school RuneScape, they've done it with WoW Classic, they've done it with Final Fantasy XIV in a kind of a way because they restarted the entire game from its disastrous launch. And I've always thought that if you started RuneScape from a brand new account, it would be kind of refreshing. You get to experience the early game that's refined, it feels a lot more cleaner, the mid game would be ironed out, and then the end game, in my opinion, which is very well fleshed out, could use some refining here and there, would be overall a lot of content for anybody, even if you are an experienced player, to go through again. It would be very refreshing to level up account for a first time again, being able to see your stats go up, the new methods that have come into the game, and it would be a very refreshing way to play RuneScape. And it would honestly be a pretty level playing field. You could have a brand new high scores, there could be a lot more things to aim for. You can try and be the first player to unlock a quest cape, complete a Grandmaster achievement, complete all the Grandmaster achievements. There are so many avenues of where a player could excel and a person could enjoy the grind of the game, which I believe RuneScape has some of the best gameplay loops to keep people playing and to look for getting themselves deep into the world. The driving argument for having fresh start worlds is definitely because people want to have fresh counts that were never influenced by the other people around them, where microtransactions were a shadow of a thought. The problem with microtransactions in the game was that everybody valued their skills. The skills in RuneScape are the foundation of your account. It gets you into content, it gets you into a number of different types of items and abilities. It provides the lifeblood and the true groundwork for what your account is going to be able to do. Those skills are also very treasured. When you get a 99 in this game, the pseudo max level, the mastery level of an account, get a cape that is iconic to RuneScape. RuneScape is known for having really, really cool achievement items, and the skill cape is a very big one at that. It was a very cherished item, and it is still a cherished item, especially if you are a casual player and you log in every now and then. Getting your first 99 is a very memorable experience. I remember getting my very first one, which was ranged, and I was just so ecstatic. I remember seeing people running around with it, and I just wanted to be just like that, having my very first master cape. And then when true mastery capes came out with 120, which is the level cap in RuneScape, it was a big deal. Now, when microtransactions and XP buying and XP leveling were a thing where you could be able to purchase bonus XP and direct XP, bonus XP is something you gain and doubles the amount of XP you get per hour, while direct XP that you can get from lamps was something that would just automatically jump all of your skills up. That devalued to a lot of people the actual meaning of what it was to get 99, what it meant to get 120 skilling. It was a very big thing because if you saw someone running around with a master cape of agility, your first thought would not be, oh my gosh, this guy grinded out 104 million XP to get this cape. Your first thought was, I wonder if he actually trained this skill or if he bought the XP to get that skill up. That is a very reasonable thought. It's kind of like if you see somebody with a very nice car, your first thought might be, wow, I wonder what he does for a living to be able to afford that kind of car. Or your second thought is going to be, I wonder if he has very rich parents, which just kind of purchased the car for him, having him skip the grind and didn't really earn that vehicle or that prestigious item. That thought of being able to go into a fresh world for RuneScape would kind of eliminate the entire thought process and questioning that anybody would have. As much as the idea of having a fresh server would be kind of enticing, especially for a player like myself who has completed a lot of their long-term goals with the Completionist Cape, 120 all skills, some Grandmaster achievements, I would say that getting a brand new server where everybody's progress is completely wiped would severely damage the game and possibly even kill it, but not necessarily in the way you may be thinking. When you have brand new servers introduced into the game, what you essentially do is tell everybody that has invested their time over the last 25 years that RuneScape has been live that their account and their progress literally does not matter. It does not have the age-old tradition of RuneScape respecting the skills that you have, and it would not actually validate how much time people have invested and money with the membership skills everybody has invested into their accounts. It would completely devalue all of that work that has been created. Most of RuneScape's player base are not the ritual gamers that you may see every single day online, including content creators. A lot of casual people who play MMOs, especially RuneScape, are now doing a lot of other adult things. They're logging in maybe once or twice a week, playing for a couple hours and going from there. But to them, that is months worth of progress that they have made on their account. That is years worth of progress that they've made on their account on this server. And they've been doing it for that long. They enjoy the game to an extent, and they wouldn't really want to have to start all that over, and they will absolutely just drop the game. If I had to start my account all over from the ground up, as someone who deeply, deeply loves and is super passionate about this hobby, this game, this virtual world, it would be devastating to have to start this entire game over again. I simply would not play RuneScape anymore because I just don't have the time. I don't have the ability to go on these 10, 20-hour grinds in a week anymore like I was in high school. I don't have the time slot to be able to make all of this content anymore, to be able to go through and delve into the beautiful stuff that RuneScape has to offer. And I don't think a lot of other people have the time to be able to invest into a multi-thousand-hour game like they used to in the past. It is a very time-consuming game, and the most important problem would become the decision of which game do you play. With old school RuneScape and RuneScape, a lot of people have a very hard time trying to figure out which game to play. Usually, everybody gravitates towards old school RuneScape because it does have a bigger player base. It's one of the biggest MMOs in the scene, but also everybody hears a very bad reputation of regular RuneScape. It's completely pay to win. There's no feeling of progression or meaning in your items. There's absolutely nothing to figure out in the mid game and early game. It's terrible and confusing. All of those things, in my opinion, are completely false. RuneScape has a pretty solid player base of around 30,000 people every single day logging in. I meet thousands of people every single week, and I could guarantee you I only know 20 people. It's just there's just too many people to try and run into every single day. On top of that, the mid game and early game have been completely rebalanced, and the future of the game when it comes to updates is looking excitingly good. We're getting player-owned houses, we got brand new landmass coming in, we got endgame rework coming in, we got new items, new quests, got a new skill coming in next year. There's a lot of really good things about this game, but nobody hears about it because everybody just gets their very first impression of the game from a old school RuneScape player who probably has not played regular RuneScape in 10 years and has no idea what they're actually talking about, or they just hear the negative things online. Because if you look up anything RuneScape related, it is always just negative, 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 and they're usually outdated misguided and just wrong, to be very honest. Trust me, I looked up like 4 articles trying to figure out like what are new players seeing when they look up this game, and it's pretty rough. So when new players see then there is a third server for the game that is literally like, hey, this is a fresh start server, everyone's coming in here, it's going to be hard to decide which game do you play, and do they get another membership access to that? Because if you buy a membership for old school RuneScape and RuneScape, you get access to both games. You get access to some of the best games on the market right now, and it's just kind of insane that the new player who decided to check out RuneScape for the very first time is then now split away from one of these pretty big and existing player bases. It would be a very confusing time, and I think the new player experience when it comes to checking out regular RuneScape is solid enough. There's no need to try and figure out which way or which direction you gotta get pulled into. The game will feed you where you gotta go, and you just have fun getting lost in the mix. That's pretty much my thoughts on if RuneScape should get brand new fresh servers, and I would love to hear what your thoughts on it down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see what RuneScape is like in 2026, you can go ahead and watch this video. Alright guys, I'll catch you later. Bye.